much better, and they've just been a lovely addition to their game that I think maybe they've been trialing over there in Europe. And again, it's a big question of if not, if Cryptic can kind of overcome his demons here.
I think there's that, and also when you think about how effective this calling has been, I think throwing in some adjustments is exactly what Wildcard needed in order to really make a splash against Boss specifically, or I will say that against any traditional NA team. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be Boss, but when you're trying to counteract one thing, expecting something slow, and then you get some of these contact plays, it can really be difficult to try and actually get a read on the game and what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely, no question about it. But so far, freshie able to kick things off with a little bit of success. He had a quieter map last time, and so if he's able to build up a confidence, I mean, another key piece here to Wildcard. We highlighted Darty, we highlighted some of the other elements here, but it's good to see freshie start off strong. Bomb finally going to be planted after a little while. Numbers punched in. That'll start the clock up against them here. Flash to get out of this position as well. Readjust the pose plants. Make sure that they maintain some strength here. And the damage continues to be done. But Brett gives a fight over here. Darty quickly traded out on the site as well. They're still very low HP bars, but it's going to be stuck. And it's going to be a kit as well. They've got to kill him here. They got to take him out the bomb. And they just about get it done here. JBA left to save the day. Can he find these quick kills? Not quite. The crossfire too strong. And Boss will start off 3 for 3 on the pistol rounds.
And it all starts with Wildcard just getting an unanswerable early death in the first, 15 seconds of the round. Just taking that early fight, and Boss getting away with it. That's now 3 pistol rounds that Boss have won over the course of this series. They've yet to drop one, which is what's so incredible, that they're down a map, considering that point. Regardless, no back and forth, not this time, or at least when it comes to the force buy. It's all, or at least all one of the Wildcard members making their way up and through mid into Brett's Mac 10 that will gladly take $600 then $1,200 off of them. More with the Glock in as well. Stand lonely with a Zeus. I don't,
charges.
Have you seen more Zeus kills? Because I have. After the change.
I've seen more Zeus attempts. No difference in the kills.
Oh, okay. I've seen a couple of differences
maybe,
in kills.
I guess maybe because it's attempted more, there's more kills.
I watched Ellis get one yesterday.
That's fun. The one thing about Valve, sometimes about their like adjustments and their changes, is that they just the update of a mechanic can revive something in this game, and it's so funny because like the recharged Zeus actually you'll never have time in a round to recharge a Zeus. I feel like it's a very rare occasion.
How long does it actually take? I know it's quite a while.
I'd imagine it's 30 seconds or more.
Yeah, it feels like it is.
So like maybe in your matchmaking games it could be a little bit more viable. It actually could be a little bit fun to try that, but
not here.
But no, not with the trades and the likes here on the CT side. It's a fun concept though. It's just funny that everyone is like, oh, now I'm hopping on this bandwagon, even though it's got the smallest buff known to man.
You're saying that you've been on the Zeus trail forever and everybody else is just following?
That's what I'm saying. I was on that bandwagon before. It's cool. But Cryptic got one more in the middle here to handle. The speed play also getting shut down by Infinite. They really can't gather much space.
That walk through that smoke is kind of incredible. The timing for Wildcard was perfect. They got away with it, and the smoke as well to provide the spacing necessary to make it. I was a bit skeptical when I saw it coming through, but can't argue with the results, can you? They'll get on the site. At least they should. It's gonna pull back away and, well, maybe try and take a couple of shots through the smoke, but the numbers get punched in, and here we go. There's a post plant, but lacking a lot. PwnAlone and Darty. Pwn is low, but Darty's got the rifle. Galil it may be, but effective in his hands, as we've just seen.
Absolutely. It gives him a chance. It gives him a shot. Smoke on top of the site could allow for this Mac 10 to get some action. As long as he doesn't peek into Slight's AWP, but there's an initial tap. There's another drop as well. Sonic hits the deck, and look who's standing in the open as HE lands. They pull it back from a 4v2 all the way to closure there for PwnAlone and Darty. Montana. Beautiful recovery right there. That was not easy whatsoever. It felt like that nothing was going right in the early defaults, but they managed to pull it back and take that A-side approach and play the post plants perfectly.
The mid game sort of fell apart for them, but I don't know. I think that, as dumb as it sounds, normally that smoke onto the site is the right play for the CTs. It really screwed Wildcard there. I don't think the MAC-10 can get into any reasonable range otherwise. And this time, makes life miserable. They've given over the AWP as well. That was not a round that Wildcard really could afford to lose. They'll have something to work with at least, though. 5-7s. Pretty much across the board. There's a Deagle and a P250 in there too, but let's be real. The 5-7's kind of the GOAT.
You'd like a good 5-7. Nice foul play. It's an underrated skin right there. I think JBA has it. We also got the monkey business. I mean, the 5-7's got to have some of the best skins.
It actually does, yeah. Maybe outside like the AK?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, AK obviously is a top seller. Can't compete with that. Michael Jordan of weapon skins here. But no foul play for JBA, but at least Stan able to get away with a whole lot there. Finding himself a couple of big kills and getting out of dodge. How is he still alive with an AK in hand? He has completely disrupted this offense here, this attack, but he has to readjust his setup here. Maybe toss that AK over to someone with more health or collect another kill. He collects it right around the smoke. Pwn wasn't safe, and now Chaos and just engulfing the site. They're running through the smoke as well. Darty left all on his own. Left wondering what on earth just happened to his squad. Stan's done enough here to maybe pull this round across the way, and he certainly has. Infinite hits the deck, and somehow that round goes south for Boss.
I told you, it's a great gun. Stan, what an incredible moment to get away with a 3K. And I think that is what put Stan above a lot of in-game leaders as well. His ability to have massive impact rounds whilst also being a strong in-game leader. A lot of teams tend to be missing that. He does it once again. It's like gathering the AWP, but Boss will be rebuying into that. Sells is. Well, I think we're about to get a duel as well. It's like to the other side of this smoke.
Ooh. I think it works perfectly and no trade available. But there you go. There's something to answer back. You know an op is close by around that corner. You don't want to give him a fight. So a little bit of relief there for Boss. Courtesy of PwnAlone's AWP. Elevated angle. Wow, Slight is watching. He knows ball. You cannot catch him off guard.
Still committed to that angle as opposed to the lower one.
It's wild.
Sometimes you got to take a bit of a risk, and Slight does so. Pays off big time. It's 2 frags for him and Freshie PwnAlone, the last 2 remaining members. It'll be a molly for quad. But they're walking into the op again. That doesn't even spread. They haven't technically cleared white box either.
Flashes to get across the line, none of them. So it's just going to be able to walk into the AWP here, but Freshie might be able to save the day. They throw it, flashbang on the site. They're chasing him down before he can get into a comfortable spot, but he delivers a quick kill. He's got to worry about the flank, but there's a smoke that shrouds it. JBA, though, will be able to recover in time there and keep Wildcard in safe situation, but still a little bit of a fight, a little bit of flair shown up by Freshie.
And as much as I think you can talk a lot about Slight in the last game and how much impact of those 1v2, 1v3 clutches that he had, for the most part, otherwise, Wildcard put together very much a team effort. Early into this one, though, we're seeing the individuals come to the forefront for both Boss and for Wildcard. You know, seeing that 2-on-4 clutch come through. Massive moment for Stan in the pistol round, and now it's Slight who stands tall, first in mid and then towards B.
Got Infinite now in the cannon. See him whip out the kidney S right there, and still locks in another kill. Scare Cryptic.
Round 2 for Sonic.
Oh boy. This bait and switch setup. Little flashbang action. Another flash there, and oh boy, look who's waiting with open arms. Darty does find the kill in return, but it doesn't linger. Infinite. The old double zoom on the ramp here goes a long way. He's gonna go for a little peek. What a flashy flick right here from Infinite. Almost another. That's one more bullet left into the chamber before he's got to reload. So it's a must hit for Infinite here. He does miss. So now the whole squad has arrived here onto the scene. Everyone is ready to help out on this defense. Pwn, so uncomfortable here. Has an AK in hand, but he's sticking to the Tech 9 as he punches in the digits. Bomb plant, at the very least, is great. But what can Pwn do here with this AK? Quick headshot, another one here from Pwn. Nearly gets the lineup as well. JBA so low, but Stan is low, again gets the crucial kill.
There's very few players outside of PwnAlone that can make me believe like that. As soon as you see him start to get those first couple of kills, he's done it before and he can do it again, but recovering both AWPs or Wildcard. And you know, you sometimes forget. I think Infinite has been on the secondary op on quite a few teams that he's played on. And every time I kind of forget how good he can be with it until he pulls it out. You're like, man, this guy's just so talented.
Really can do it all, it feels like. That just a sequence, it looks like he is getting away as a primary. The unbeatable strat, the double op, I love to see it pulled out on Vertigo, because double zooming on the B side is just so powerful. It's really hard to bypass, and especially if Infinite's able to add a couple of different elements to that game here, can do a whole lot more. JBA though, he might have a kill on the silver platter here. Freshie has a long adjustment to handle JBA's position right now. JBA's given nothing.
Yeah, just tucked away. Don't want to take that fight. Maybe waiting for a flashbang? There it is. Flash is perfect, but JBA finds nothing or doesn't swing. Stanislav's about to walk into the crosshairs, and surely the trade comes through, but JBA, he holds the line. He's chilling. Not even going to take this, and dude, there's no way they check him after this.
No, not a chance. Not even considering the possibility. Not pretty, though. Right there. Only walks away with one. So again, a bit of a tough situation right there to justify that sort of bait. It had so much potential, but only a 1-for-1 trade and a lot of extra damage here is your big hope. HE on top of the bomb site. Darty gonna take some damage there. Spam almost connects alongside it, but the numbers are punched in. The clock starts to tick. And the question now is, how much do you want to commit with no kills given over? You know, one player's low, and there's a lot of retake utility, so they'll give it a try, and there's a big kill to start it off. HE goes in as well. More damage onto Brett. This becomes an incredible challenge here. Cryptic, a committed angle, but no one's clearing him just yet here, and he walks right into the crosshair. Sonic is gonna fall, but so is Cryptic off the 51st floor, and Slight is gonna bail.
It's tough that Infinite gets spammed as well through that smoke. They could have gotten out with both of the AWPs. I think that's pretty much a full buy coming into that. And it, unfortunately, as much as you hate to bring it up, it does come down to JBA not getting that second frag. He really needs to find it, considering he sacrificed Stan's life for it, really. But he just misses the mark, and back on the poor purchase for Wildcard. That being said, with a AWP in the hand of Slight, and just the MP9 is the sole SMG for Sonic, it's not bad at all. They're missing some util as well, but they'll be doing okay. In the meantime, Boss taking the time out. They're first of the series.
Yeah, you're right. surprised to see not that much influence here in that first map with the timeouts. Maybe just trying to keep things flowing here. That first map had a lot of success with the pistols, so I mean, I imagine frustration was certainly there, but finally getting Axe involved. Again, an exciting pickup here for this boss squad. I feel like he'll fit this team nicely.
I was about to say there's certainly a quite a few players that you would definitely want to have that conversation, but I just realized I am just talking about Darty when I talk about that, and can get hyped up.
Yeah, Darty, I feel like everything I've heard from him is that he is a excellent, like, emotional leader for this roster. Every time I've talked to anyone really about what he brings to a team, because, you know, initially I wasn't so sure that he was as impactful. Now he's definitely earned his spot both in the server and out. Everyone just says he's a good vibes guy, and that's great because he's already just so impactful.
It's an ambitious angle from Stan, and
Wow.
he can't even get out. I just remember watching Darty just scream at opponents at LAN here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And he was absolutely the heart of the team when it came to that LAN environment. That was a few years back now, though. Can't imagine too much has changed.
There's your info. Catch the double up in middle. You now know what you need to do. Getting this wall bang. Slight very close. The HE combo with the Molotov nearly collects a kill. But they'll be able to bail here, and I do think it's a pretty easy call for Wildcard. PwnAlone able to crack 2 kills open. Wait a second. Hold on. I thought it was an easy call. They're still fighting forward here. Again, Cryptic with this off angle. He gets another crucial 1-for-1. That very well could secure it here, but not totally just yet here. Sonic spamming the smoke. Oh, but Darty runs right through it. And again, it is just going to be Slight that limps in this round. He'll even take one down with him. The boss now finally collecting some gun rounds underneath their belt, which has to be so relieving.
Yeah, particularly considering the first map, but I think where Wildcard were really strong and their decision making was swift with regard to those retakes in map 1 on Mirage. They've stuck around a bit too long a couple of times now. You know, you are very much expecting them to walk away, and they saw something that you didn't. Unfortunately, ends up tossing them 2 lives, and the same was true for Infinite sticking around for an extra shot, losing the secondary AWP in one of those previous retakes towards A. Some of those decisions potentially going to come back and bite them. All dependent, though. It's Slight, it's the solo op, but we know he can do it.
Brett feels like he knows there's just a scope on his location. He's got really crazy timing here, and he gets 2, Brett. Wow. Yeah, again, it's just a brutal play right there. Slight moving forward, trying to get an op aggressive, but you really don't expect a player in ladder room like that playing as careful as Brett was in that round. He's going to go and dispose of that AWP as well. It's just extra little bit of discipline. Making sure that is not recoverable. Tosses it off the map, and this time Slight not going to be able to save.
This time it's Boss as well, playing the more slow approach in an eco round. Just checking the boxes and ensuring that, hey, nothing goes crazy. Don't walk into the site that's stacked, or maybe a 5 up mid. And this decision to toss that AWP out is the right one. All these Wildcard members hoping to go find a free gun, instead find nothing, and also erect a triple boost.
Ooh.
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 Oh no.
Unlucky. Now it's mission find the op. What did they do with it? Where did it go? They will never find it. Or Brett's placed it. He put it in the porta potty. flushed it down the toilet, but they will walk away with an AK, so not the
It's
end
not
of the
the
world.
up, but it's something better than nothing, that's for sure.
Better than USP. Take that any day of the week.
So where do Wildcard stand? A couple of decisions that weren't quite up to snuff with regard to their retakes towards the A site. Mistake-wise, not a lot of them. That big moment where we didn't quite see what JBA needed to deliver, but overall, this has been a game dominated by Boss, and the pace has been set by them as well. You remember last gun round where Stanislaw was just trying to play in a really aggressive angle to try and catch someone off guard? Kind of like that contact play that we were seeing on Mirage. Didn't work out. And so this timeout for Wildcard, another chance for them to try a different adjustment.
I want to fight forward here, try and close out a little bit more of a comfortable score line. Still stuck only at 3 rounds. Again, the gun rounds have started to flow a little bit more for Boss. They've had a really good game plan. Looks like they got some good comfortability on this map. As we were leading into this with kind of mentioning. Again, Cryptic's calling can be very effective. PwnAlone's opping looking pretty sharp as well, which is exciting. I'd like to see that out of him.
Lost, keeping it slow. Similar to that anti-eco that we just saw. Start to investigate mid. Got Slight to contend with, this time on the rifle, and he can't get away. Doherty finds the refrag, and that's the time that Boss start to poke and prod the A site instead after finding their mid control. They do have JBA on a boost to contend with, but he's not going to find anybody just yet. Speaking of boost, there was another one put together over at mid for Boss. Yeah. Teammate just came from there, but it don't matter. They know where Infinite should be located. He's either late to the party saving or coming to ramp, and looks like it was ramp, now saving. And I don't think the Boss are really ever going to get away with a better timing. The presence made over towards A, pulled all the rotates. They heard what was going on, and Cryptic wins both the fights towards mid.
Terrorists win.
Wildcard feel that whatever they tried to do in the last round wasn't effective enough. They got creative, a couple of those boosts, and they netted kills for the most part. But Boss catching the timing through mid. And it leads us into Wildcard taking that second time out.
And we'll see if that that helps out in slowing down some of this momentum here. But AWP ready to fire away. And we'll see if Slight can put a stop to this A aggression here. Wow, committed angle. ready to fight forward on the ramp. Did you have to wait back the smokes?
I love that Boss have continued to put together this more methodical style. I mean, this is kind of what you have to do on Vertigo. Oh, but Slight,
Jeez.
he hits the shot and it's not enough.
That's only the chip damage freshie with a big entry right there. We'll see if that damage is enough to deter here. Getting big round on the line. Another big investment. Oh, Pwn. Deter. Cryptic spotted the lineup was nearly there, but both players able to keep them back. More damage done though. Again, it gives you a little bit of hope that these rifles can mop up on these low HP bars. Maybe that could be the difference maker here, but there's a quick kill from JBA. Just a tap right under the PwnAlone head. Right there. Another one. JBA looking sharp. Goes for 3. And takes it all right there. Boss getting eager to jump the gun a little bit on that A-side play. And finally something goes in the way of Wildcard. They shut it down at the hands of JBA.
And I mean, talking of jumping the gun, they were waiting down to the last minute for it, and JBA just sticking around. Wildcard weren't really biting on the potential rotation. The Boss were trying to sell. Infinite had position over B and was calling it all clear. JBA had a moment where we questioned him before, and he's delivered to put Wildcard up to 4. As we head towards the final of the half, it's same situation. And I think getting Slight reactivated, potentially an important thing to do coming into this round. We'll see more aggression. This time Wildcard, it's down towards the B site.
A lot of damage on the JBA early. Just taking a shot off the gates. Oh man, that's not fun for Darty. He's got to run away. Gets flashed off the line. Look at this control being established by Sonic. They want to fight for B main.
I love that
won
nade
that fight.
They got a re-smoke? This is brutal. How did Boss get out of here? They really kind of had to wait it or need the smoke, which is what they're going to do. Sonic, here's the response. Is going to fall back, and now it's the bait and switch again. Sonic will take the first contact if it comes in, but he's traded by PwnAlone, and that's a B site open for business. Running is Slight to get into position. Meanwhile, Freshie has found the E site pretty much entirely free of enemies. And they're all looking B, but the bomb headed elsewhere.
Clear out. Brett, they do. Wow, systematically stand. Going to collect that quick kill. That's the alarm bells that they need to make it back over towards this A side here. 1 HE to slow down the bomb plant. Already tossed in, but a big kill straight through the smoke from JBA. It'll put the advantage in their favor, but it is a slim advantage just in the numbers. Definitely not the health here. So many low HP bars could be capitalized by Cryptic. Bomb's been tapped. That puts them on notice. They spot that no one's on it. Yop needs to find some success looking for a shot. There's one player revealed, now being stuck by Stan. Cryptic needs to spam, but no, both of them go down in unison. And Wildcard, they collect 2 rounds in a row to send us to a break. You got a massive second half here at play here. Boss fighting for their life, but they fight with the lead. Under their CT side here, Vertigo looking good the first half. But again, Wildcard give us 2 in a row to kind of shake things up, stir the pot a little bit. But Brett, he answers in this second half in kind with a nice little headshot, instantly dismissing JBA's antics in middle.
JBA's antics, a topic of conversation throughout the first half of it. Vertigo, some big moments, some massive moves, and maybe some letdowns too. All of that leading into the A side. As Boss push through B, bomb plant forthcoming. There's none so much utility to work with Stan. They're not going to check him. Oh, he gets away with one. That's at least the minimum done.
And it spots out the second player as well. But look at this. It calls the whole roster down to watch this. Like, what on earth is going on? Everyone is just hunting Cryptic. Oh my god!
What?
Cryptic played it so well, hiding all the way back there. But you never expect them to push like that. It does put them way out of position. Sonic with a knife. No way this is how the round ends here. There's still a kit in play, but Sonic is so chaotic here. He gets the knife kill. They're trying to find him, but they just can't seem to finish another one. No way, Sonic! He's gonna win the round like that. Absolute madness.
Excuse me? Now that's the NACS that we're looking for here, Cole. Wildcard, they get an absurd pistol victory. Sonic, in a 1v3, gets a double knife off the bomb. I can't believe it. A guy that I was just about to mention, a little missing in the first half, and he comes up huge and has literally a fat stack of cash. He's got all the money.
How much bread?
All of it. It's all his.
You got an AK, full armor, full utility, and guess who has 2K left over? My god. Only thing better is if you just tossed the op to Slate out of the gates. But then, you know, you gotta risk giving over that op to your opponents on a second round ego. Especially and that's never fun.
Giving it to, like, the CT side of Vertigo.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to do that. So it makes a little bit of sense there when you're dealing with nothing in this round here. My god. They call a pause to let that one sink in. I can't believe... The double knife is crazy. The just actual full concession of sight to go clear Cryptic out, I think it was almost crazier than the double knife. Like, what? Where are they going?
I mean,
they're going all the way across the bridge on Hay to kill Cryptic. It's like... Poor Cryptic, it's just a death slammer right there. You can't believe it.
No, and normally, you know, Cryptic can be like, well, I guess they lost a round to do that, but then they don't.
Yeah, you're right. It should have that play from Cryptic should have been a round winner. I 100% agree. And more money farmed, more cash, more bread. They are drowning in the dough on the side of Wildcard here to start things off, because the Mac-10s kill just about everything.
It's smelling like an Italian bakery in the server at the moment.
That smells so good.
Wildcard stepping through and into a tied scoreline. Boss have had control of this map the whole way through. It's never been a question mark. And another thing I just wanted to add, that was the first pistol that Wildcard have won this series. And it was that.
Oh my god, you're right. Yeah. Wow. 3 for 4, but I feel like that one is... It very well could haunt them if they don't stabilize here with the gun rounds.
It's worth at least 2.
Yeah, the mental factor that one took is... It's gotta be... peeling back, boss. But they've got some hope. A bonus. With the triple Mac-10s.
I like this game call as well. Just toss the mollies out. They got the close molly, the quad molly, and the sight molly. But they're still not winning the fights. Mac-10s couldn't close the distance, and the rifles don't even get a chance to take a shot.
No, they don't get much. The Mac-10's really not able to do much of anything until JBA does find himself at least a singular kill there. He'll take one down. That's just about it. And Boss will reclaim the lead, but as we said earlier there's just so much money to go around here on this T side. And after losing that bonus, they strike back with a massive round here. AWP included. Slate will have that in hand. So it felt like, you know, the B execute was really well placed and well called, but they didn't have the guns to get it done.
Yeah, and also, you know, the CTs, it's really a matter of opting in or out of the fights. They knew they had the advantage, and so positioned themselves well. I think Boss deserve a lot of credit for that. We're fighting again for this B controls our wild card. We met with flashbang and another smoke to the top of the ramp. But all of that is utility invested for Boss. And Wildcard should be pretty okay with that as the time ticks down just under 115. There's still plenty to play with.
A lot of time here. They've got great positions, but they are starting to stack a little bit more resources towards this B side here. Cryptic taking a forward angle. High risk, high reward for it. One flashbang could completely do them in. And they've got that one flashbang tossed out. There it is. Oh, out in no man's land and blasted out of the server as Infinite will take two. They've got a mid lurk formulating here. They got a headshotted Brett. They got a dip. They've got a bail. That should cut it.
Darty had the perfect position as well to get the trade, and Infinite just goes hero mode. Not just the first, gets the fully blind Cryptic, but then adjusts on the Darty as quickly as he appeared he was gone. And 1 HP left to show. Infinite will be perfectly fine staying alive on that. Now how many bodies do you throw at this? All of them is the answer, and PwnAlone, he's not taking prisoners. This is death and death alone for the rest of Wildcard. Slight can't get out. This is an incredibly expensive round.
Wow. What a turnaround right there. Infinite, the only one ever able to find any kills. They lose the op for it as well.
That hurts.
Wildcard, we've committed them a lot for their discipline. Give them a lot of credit. That one, anything but discipline right there. They get a little bit wild.
I don't even hate that they're hunting. I think that's the right call, given the circumstances, right? You could really break up Boss's economy if they can't buy back in. But you can't allow PwnAlone to just mow you down 1, 2, 3.
Right. Yeah, need to be able to trade there. Need to get that spacing done. Either way, smiles on the face for Bosses. They know they put themselves in a much better position. 3 guns still. Keeping the pressure applied. You even drop the op. You don't have to worry about that much. You still got to worry about Infinite. His ability to crack things open, though. They're, again, taking map control so effectively on this T side, rather, consistently.
They haven't... It doesn't feel like they've had to work that hard for this ramp control. And we're going to see Boss re-clear mid. We've got 2 players there. Infinite has a tentative hold on the back side of it. But Brett has support and cleared out the beginning stages of it. But what that does mean is Infinite might have a bit of alert timing, all dependent on when this A hit goes down.
A side is getting pressed in upon. My goodness. We got a Mac 10 in the smokes. We got Cryptic playing in a position where he's thrived, but they're pushing elevator. What is going on? Stan is in between them. He's in elevator. He's flanking even further here, but PwnAlone has the better weaponry. Another flank comes through, but how is it a 1v1 here? Just Infinite left again to save the day, and Brett might be mollied out of position. 1 HP there. He's going to be able to stay. He tucks in. Brett in the perfect spot to win this round. 15 seconds. Infinite has to get a little bit more aggressive. The time is ticking. He's got to make some noise here. And Brett, he doesn't want to get caught in the open, but the shadow should be seen here. He should be revealed. And he will be able to close out a massive clutch. Boss will be able to grab themselves 9 rounds here. Take that lead back with all the economic damage that Pwn did. The money is shot. And it's 4 spies.
Yeah, they've just got nothing. They have to force by here, really. even though they had a bit of extra cash, like there was 2,600 on 2 or 3 players. You can see by the amount of utility that's been pulled out for Wildcard that was there, but with the lack of a loss bonus, wasn't enough. Utter chaos, by the way, on that A site. I don't even know how the MAC-10 gets into that position without anybody knowing it, but then the fact that he's there makes it so that nobody's expecting Cryptic. Nobody whatsoever has any clue.
Yeah, it's just wild positioning here so far. It has kind of quickly gone into a much more NACS game than that first map here, but JBA with a good trade. The issue is there's still so much more presence here still on this B side here. You got to figure out a way to punch in the numbers right now, getting kind of chased, hunted down. The flash is so good,
no.
and a quick headshot rolls through. They're going to chase down more kills. You don't expect Sonic with the bomb to run you down like that, but Cryptic cuts the side axis off. And he's going to stabilize around for now. Going to let it breathe for a little bit. Slight puts himself in another clutch.
There's a kid on the ground right next to the site as well. Cryptic doesn't have one on him, but important to note, if this bomb goes down here on B, Cryptic's asking lots of questions about where the heck Slight's gone. The answer is he's chilling. And in fact, Slight may really regret not picking up the M4 that was right next to this. Debate on the bomb. Nobody coming through. Slight just going to stick it. They'll fall back. Back to white box, into position. Cryptic's coming back. Now a smoke in hand for that bomb, potentially. As mentioned, get into position. Slight. You go peeking. He gets the info, but at what cost? He'll flash over the top. And another shot at it. Cryptic tagged lower. Kit about to be recollected, but he can't. He can get a tap once again. And the head, it's just a little too far away. He'll finally get there. And that should be the defuse. A close round, but Cryptic delivers.
Oh, so close to being able to play off that clock right there, that timer. But he gets a little bit over aggressive, hoping maybe he could catch him with himself looking down. Instead, will go down. Cryptic delivers a massive clutch. So that could have gone out of control right there. The force by the all-in investment from Wildcard doesn't quite pan out for a round conversion, but I tell you what, it puts a real scare on this boss squad. It makes them use another timeout. That was by no means easy right there. You put a hurting on the money, and it's going to encourage them to keep the force buys rolling. They're going to go again. They're going to retry this one with even more utility, with even more firepower.
And this is the right decision for Wildcard, but man, do I hate the position they're in. You know, the right call is to keep up the pressure, but now this game really falls out of your hands so quickly. You know, if you can't win this one, well, then you're obviously force buying again, especially if you get a bomb plant, and suddenly the game could be over. Wildcard, a lot of pressure onto this round, Cole. Doesn't seem like it, but this one could turn the tide or seal the deal.
They're going to walk on B. No resistance here. Offered up by Darty. Gets caught a little bit late to the party. That might be a save encouraged here, depending on whether or not Brett can even get out. He can't even get to the first phase of this retake and before he's taken down, struck out by JBA. And again, Boss are just going to have to call it right there. What a insane call. This is right back to what we've seen on the T sides from Wildcard. This ability to play these really long, drawn-out rounds, but also, every once in a while, just throw a crazy contact play. They just walk up ramp silently until the contact's taken.
Remember, Infinite walked in. He had more support previously. This time, none whatsoever. And just wins the duel. I don't think Brett, or rather, Darty had any intention of taking an engagement at that moment.
Terrorists win.
Just finds Infinite there, and Wildcard win the round off the back of it. They go hunting and find Cryptic as well.
It's brutal here. Is that clutch victory coming through from Cryptic. Success doesn't really linger too long. And right back to the drawing board. I mean, Brett's kind of in that force buy territory. Cryptic doesn't have a lot in reserve, but with these two safe rifles, and not too interested in forcing behind it. Right? Making a little aggressive maneuver down the ladder. What has he got cooked up for us? What does he have in store?
Problem is, he's just got to be 2K.
Got one.
Plenty. Pick
But,
up slight.
They're going to take this B-bomb site in the meantime, though. So, a lot done. A lot established here. But we're talking a post-plant again. But this time, it's much more doable. You got a man advantage. And look at the retake utility. Molly and a couple flashes to execute your way back into this round.
Got a smoke to contend with that's already gone down for Wildcard. That will start to stall things just a little bit. This bomb already about halfway ticked. Molly goes in. The flashes to follow. The final one, a little bit unfortunate, but they're out of time. They have the single kit, and I don't know that there's going to be enough of it. Bam. Gotta get lucky. He's holding on the defuse, and it's enough as PwnAlone holds the line.
Able to spring into action quick enough right there to get the chop done, facilitated off of Brett's crazy play. He starts it off with some madness, just diving down the ladder, gets 2 kills for his troubles, and Wildcard don't know what hit him right there. That's a crazy play to make this late into a game, but when you got nothing to lose, when you only got a default pistol to start it off and you're able to get that much output, a multi-kill, that might just be enough to put Boss across the finish line here. This round again becomes the all-important one as Darty, I think, now needs to prepare himself a lot more for what these early plays have been towards his direction, right? Been caught off guard a couple of times, now much more prepared for these aggressive maneuvers.
The lack of utility that Wildcard have. They've got 3 smokes and 4 flashes total left in their back pocket. So when you think about the style that they like to go with, like to play for, it's a lot harder when you're lacking the utility to work with. Already just about get caught. Fortunately, walks away with his life. A flashbang really catching the tease. Adjustment to A for Wildcard. And in the meantime, Boss are double clearing mid. Will Wildcard find this timing, though? They have maybe a good way to get up towards the A site right now, but as soon as mid's cleared, that's going to start being a lot less the case, especially with this flank.
Cryptic's going to be able to activate pretty quickly here. There's just some flashes to get them into the site, but there's no smoke. Or there's a smoke, but they haven't toasted it just yet. Instead, they're just going to be able to punch in the digits, but Cryptic's still so quick on this flank. He's up side hall. They've got to worry about elevator, but there's Cryptic activating. There's the noise being made, and a quick trade for Freshie to get in. On this retake, enough distraction from Cryptic to find another kill, and a 2v4 to save the day, but Cryptic another one here, doing all the work between this duo, Cryptic and Freshie, just keep on bouncing off each other, and one by one, piece by piece, they pull it back into a map point, and they'll get 3 of them at least.
Also set the win condition here. Wildcard, yeah, a bomb plant, but that doesn't matter. Not when you got 3K or less on every single player. I thought the T side had found the way in, but it was a massive mistake. Overzealous in the hunt that put Wildcard back down, and now Boss has taken back that position and more. PwnAlone's AWP ready to roll. Seems like the pace is going to stay quick, at least initially, for Stanislav. Gonna walk all the way through a Molotov, even catching a bunch of damage, but nobody close range. Everybody falls back for Boss, ensuring that there's no deaths.
Oh, that HE. That's gonna be a junkie. HE right there, but they immediately evacuate mid off the back of it. The timing. Oh, Brett. That's one way to clear out middle. That'll do the trick right there. And he's gonna look to spray down a couple. Only gets 1 for his troubles. But it doesn't really help. Positioning still a bit of a trial right now. Elevated angle here from Cryptic. Takes a lot of damage in the meantime. Finished off. All of a sudden, the kills start to flow. But Stanislaus' position known, and not enough health to get the job done. Nearly claims Darty Montana. Boss bounce back on their map pick, and we are going the distance here in this first series.
Yeah, 13-9 on the second map. That's Bosses, and considering the fact that they really got rolled over in that second half pistol, I think they did well to keep the mentality strong.